today is the new chapter, that is cash flow statement. Here in the class cash flow statement, this is the one type of statement which is included in the financial analysis. While doing the financial analysis, we will analyze the income statement, this positioning statement, and then cash flow statement. Okay, fund flow will not calculate, but cash flow is very much important. In this cash flow statement, we are going to study how the cash is coming in and going out of the company. Okay, the main motto is to know the cash inflow and cash outflow. Okay, so here in the cash flow statement, what does it states is, cash flow statement is a statement showing the inflows and outflows of cash during a particular period. Okay, in other words, it's a summary of sources and application of cash during a particular span of time. Then it analyzes the reason for changes in the balance of cash between the two balance sheets. Okay, here the term cash stands for cash and cash equivalents. Okay, then the objectives of this cash flow statement is to ascertain the sources of cash and cash equivalents from operating, investing, and financing activities of the enterprises. Okay, notes I will put it in a website. Okay, you don't worry about the notes, I will give it to you. Then to ascertain the application of cash and cash equivalents under operating and investing and financing activities of the enterprises. Okay, first we need to know the ascertain the sources and uh, applications of the cash. Then to know the net change in the cash and cash equivalent, that is the difference between sources and application under three activities. Okay, then to highlight the major activities that have provided cash and that have used cash during a particular period, and to show their effect on overall cash balance. Okay, this is the importance of the objectives of the cash flow statement, just to know the sources and application of the cash and the difference also, and also the major activities that have taken place when the cash is coming in. Then the uses of cash flow statement. It is useful for the short-term financial planning, and it is useful in preparing cash budget. Then it is used in comparing the cash budget of the two different financials. Then study of the trend of cash receipts and payments. Then it is helpful in ascertaining cash flow from various activities separately. Then it is helpful in making dividend decisions also. While when the companies is giving decision, then it has to see the how much cash it has to give to the shareholders. Then it is useful for the outsiders to know how much the company has the capacity to run the business. Okay. Then what is the limitations of this cash flow statement is it is not suitable for judging the liquidity one, because it doesn't present the true picture of liquidity of a firm, because liquidity doesn't depends only on the cash, because liquidity has some other marketable securities are there in the liquidity that are not included in the cash flow statement. Okay, cash flow statement deals with only about the cash during a particular period, that's all. Then it ignores the non-cash transaction, and it ignores the mainly the accrual concept of accounting. In the while preparing the cash flow statement, we do not take the accruals, cash accruals. Okay, we will take the particular period of the time cash, that's all. Then it is historical in nature, as cash flow statement is prepared on the basis of two comparative balance sheets of the past years. Hence, information revealed by it is historical in nature. Okay, this is the objectives, useful, and limitations of the cash flow statement. Till now you got the what does the cash flow statement explains. Okay. And this cash flow statement, it doesn't have any proper calculation part to ascertain how much is the cash. But in our country, we have a SEBI, Securities Exchange Board of India. It has made a calculation part how to calculate the cash flow statement to all the companies. Okay. And first, write down this calculation part, calculation of cash flow statement, how we are going to calculate the cash flow statement. And one by one, I will going to explain you what is cash flow from, what are the items included in cash flow from operating activities. Okay. And also from the financing activities and investing activities. First, note down this table. First, you write the A1, that is cash flows from operating activities. In this unit, I am going to teach you basic methods in what you are doing in examinations, and also in the industry applications. I will solve one or two questions how you are calculating the Excel sheets. When you are going to a job, then if you have get a position in equity analyst, then you need to calculate these cash flows also. So how you are going to calculate the cash flows in using Excel. Okay, write down this table. First, you write down till net cash from operating activities. Then I will go to explain you. In this Bangalore University syllabus, the calculation part is a bit easy, not so much of a tough, but you can come to know. But don't think that this unit is very easy, okay? Because most of the time, students will do not get the exact value at the end. So it is very difficult to get where you have stuck in the examination. It looked like as simple as to do, but while calculating, you stuck in some part of the some part in the table. You will not get that one. Okay. So first, understanding the basics is very much important, and you should be knowing the all income statement and position balance sheet items first of all, and what is the significance of each one items. Then only you can understand this whole unit easily. Okay, if you are done with this net cash from operating activities, then text me yes. Yeah. Here, cash flow from operating activities. In the company, the cash is divided in the cash incoming or cash inflows are divided in three categories. One is from operating activities, and another is from investing and financing. Okay. Here in the operating activities, what are the operations going inside the company? That only we are taking here. First, to prepare the cash flow statement, we need to take the net profit before tax. Okay, not after tax, not the net profit one. Net profit before tax. So that's why I have highlighted here. Then adjustment for non-cash and non-operating items. we have to make the adjustment of non-cash items. Here the non-cash items is depreciation and preliminary expenses or discount on issue of shares and debentures written off. Then bad debts written off, goodwill or patents, interest on long-term borrowings, loss on sale of fixed assets. Okay, these are the things of non-cash items. Then you have to deduct the interest income, dividend income, rental income, profit on sale of fixed assets. Okay, these are all non-operating incomes. How this has become non-operating is goodwill and non-cash is depreciation. Just we are writing it in a paper. That's all. And preliminary expenses. This is non-operating item. Then bad debts written off. It's also written in paper. That's all. And goodwill also. It's an intangible asset. Then interest on long-term borrowings. This is from the perspective of non-operating items. Then loss on sale of fixed assets. This also it's written in paper only. That's all. Then the interest income. This is non-operating item. Then dividend income. Then rental income, and then profit on sale of fixed assets. Okay, these are all non-operating items. Then operating profit before working capital changes is these are the items. Here I have written add and less also. You focus on these points, these columns also. Then after calculating the operating before working capital changes, then we have to calculate the net cash from operating activities. Here we need to add a decrease in current assets and increase in current liabilities. This I will tell you while solving the question. What all decrease in current assets we have to take and increase in current liabilities. Then less increase in current assets and decrease in current liabilities. Okay. When we are comparing the two balance sheets, when we are comparing the asset side in the current asset side, if the current assets is less than the when we are comparing the two balance sheets, then we need to decrease it. We will see in the problem. Okay. Then cash generated from operation is the last one. Then income tax paid. Okay. We'll get in net cash from operating activities. Then write down the cash from cash flow from investing activities and also financing activities. I will wait for a few minutes. Please write down. After writing down, text me yes, so that I will go move forward to the question and answer session. Before solving the questions, I will going to ask you few questions regarding the items which will comes in operating, financing, and investing activities, so that you could be able to know what all items comes under these three categories. Okay, note down these points, and what I have written in the bracket, that is all we have to deduct. Okay. Here, cash from investing activities is proceeds from sale of tangible fixed assets. Because in the investing activities, what we are going to invest is we will put the money in purchasing the uh, fixed assets. Then proceeds for sale of intangible fixed assets. That is sale or selling. Proceeds from sale of tangible fixed assets, and this is sale of intangible fixed assets. Then proceed from sale of non-current investments. Then interest and dividend received, rent received. This all you have to add. Then purchase of tangible assets, we need to deduct. Why we need to deduct is while we are purchasing the tangible assets, we are giving the cash. Okay. Then cash is going out, cash outflow. So we need to deduct the value. Then purchase of intangible assets. Then purchase of non-current investments. Okay. Then whole when we add and subtract, we'll get a net cash from investing activities. Then cash flow from financing activities. Here cash flow from financing activities. Proceeds from issue of shares and debentures. While we are issuing shares and debentures, we'll get the money. So we have to add. Then proceeds from other long-term borrowings. When we get the long-term borrowings from the banks, we have to add. We will get the cash. Then proceeds from short-term borrowings. Here in the short-term for borrowings is increase in balance of a bank overdraft and cash credit. This short-term borrowings is for the working capital requirements. That's all. Okay, short-term borrowings. Then a decrease in the balance of bank overdraft and cash credit account. I will tell you the what is cash credit is when the company approach to bank for the borrowings, then it will get loan approval from the banks for the working capital. Then the company will not get the amount directly to their account. The bank will prepare one account that is cash credit account. In that account only, the bank will put the loan amount. And from that cash credit account, they will use it for the working capital requirements. Yes, if you have any doubt, please in the chat box text me. Don't raise your hands. And then final dividend. This is the deduction part. Dividend paid means this cash flow is going out. This is cash outflow. So that's why we have to deduct. Interim dividend paid, interest paid on long-term borrowings, repayment of loans, redemption of debentures. What all things we are going, the cash is going out, we have to deduct, and what all things the cash coming in, we have to add it. Okay. Then we will get a net cash from financing activities. I hope you have written for till cash flow from net cash from investing activities. The last part is after calculating the net cash from financing activities. The next part is net increase or decrease in cash and cash equivalents. We have to add whole three items. Okay, net cash from operating activities, net cash from investing activities, and net cash from financing activities. So that I have written A plus B plus C. Okay, here C, and in the upward B is there, and to the above B, A is there. Then we have to add cash and cash equivalents in the beginning of the year. Then cash and cash equivalents in the end of the year. This is the last one we have to get. If the end of the year what cash we are getting here, this amount should have to tally in the balance sheet also. Okay, if this doesn't tally to your balance sheet amount, then you think that you have made mistake. This is where you get stuck in the examination. Okay, if you have written all this thing, then text me yes in the chat box. Yeah, and remember this one while we are calculating. While we are calculating in the asset side, because we are calculating by using two balance sheets. Okay, for a whole cash flow statement. So while calculating in the what all items given in the asset side, we need to take like this. We have to calculate like this: previous year minus current year value. Okay, previous year minus current year value for the asset, and the liabilities one. We have to calculate current year minus previous year. This is the basic part you have to remember. Okay, while calculating the cash flow statement, because while doing problems in books, text notebook, it will be easier. But while calculating in the Excel sheet, you need to know this one. In the liabilities part, what we have to do: current year minus previous year. In the asset side, we have to calculate previous year minus current year item. Okay. Yeah. A plus B plus C is A1. See, here I have written A1 is cash flow from operating activities, A, and B is cash flow from investing activities, and C is cash flow from financing activities. These three constitutes to, we have these three, we have to add it at the end.